Greetings to each of you, my sisters, my brothers, my siblings, all. Someone once said it does no harm to be grateful. So I want to begin by thanking my NCNW sisters in the New York, Ohio, and South Carolina state organizations of the National Council of Negro Women. I thank my sisters of NCNW in those states for all of the planning and work they have done to make this college fair a reality. I understand there are many HBCUs participating in this fair. Among them, Fisk, Howard, Hampton, North Carolina A&T, Tennessee State, FAMU, and more than a dozen more. Over the course of your lives, you've made a number of big decisions. Now you are in the process of making one of the most important decisions you will ever make. It is this: where will you continue your education? Will it be at a historically Black college or university, or a predominantly white institution? My sisters and brothers, I want to share with you why I know that choosing a Black college or university is the choice you should make. Now, I admit that my own experiences provide an enormous amount of evidence for choosing an HBCU. When I was 15 years old, I entered Fisk University in an early entrance program. It was an incredibly positive experience to be in an academic and cultural environment where I received a quality education in an environment that celebrated me as a Black woman. That is what HBCUs do. The faculty, the staff, the alumni all celebrate and respect who you are as a Black student. Even though I was at Fisk for 1 year, and the reason is that that was the year when my father died. When my father passed away, I thought my world would end. It was certainly the most traumatic experience that I had ever had. And so I left Fisk in order to be near my big sister. She was studying at Oberlin College. I went to that college. I graduated from there, and though I never returned to Fisk as a student, not a year goes by when I do not send to Fisk University a financial contribution in gratitude for the extraordinary experience that I had there for 1 year. The other very important experience that I have had with HBCUs is when I had the privilege, and the joy of serving as the president of Spelman College, and then later as the president of Bennett College. And you may know that those two colleges are the only historically Black colleges for women in the United States. I want to tell you two quick stories. At Spelman, I would have open office hours. Students would come and you couldn't have an appointment, you just had to wait your turn. So my office often looked like a sit-in. But I want to tell you about this one experience. A Spelman sister came in to see me, and before we moved very far into our conversation, about what she wanted to talk with me about, I said to her, my Spelman sister, I've looked at your record. It is nothing short of extraordinary. Academically, you could go to any college or university, frankly, in the world. Why did you choose Spelman? She looked at me and with seriousness all over her, she said, Sister President, I have come to Spelman because I am going to be an astrophysicist. And I don't want any faculty member ever looking at me and saying, are you sure you can do physics? You see, my sisters and brothers, at an HBCU, your faculty assumes that you can do physics, that you can do any other academic field that you set your mind to. Now I want to tell you quickly another experience. At Bennett College, of course, because I was in Greensboro, I knew about the Greensboro Four. Those four extraordinarily courageous Black students, those four young men went downtown in Greensboro, North Carolina, sat at a lunch counter and refused to move. It was a pivotal moment in the ongoing civil rights movement. But it was at Bennett that I learned that there were women at Bennett College who also participated in that sit-in movement. And here's something else I learned. The president of the college, President Willa B. Player, at the end of every day, while her students were in jail, she was collecting the homework for them from their professors. She would leave it for them to do in jail, come back the next day in the morning, pick it up, and take it to their professors. I tell you that story because HBCUs are centered in the importance of being participants in the struggle for social justice. And so I want to say to each of you that I know you will spend the time making this decision, and I hope you'll do the right thing and find one of the 101 historically Black colleges and universities that is the right place for you. Now that little thing didn't come up again at the bottom, but
it was good.
Mhm.